So, The Batman Part 2 is gonna be coming out in 2026. It was supposed to come out in 2025, but it got delayed. So, it's gonna come out 4 years after the first movie. Why the hell are these sequels coming out so long after the original movies? Come on! Like, The Batman was one of DC's biggest successes recently in movies. The sequel to that movie should be top priority. Okay, enough of me ranting and raving about the release date. The one thing I think that the Batman Part 2 needs is Dick Grayson. I want this movie to have Robin because we haven't had a Batman movie with Robin in it since 1997, almost 30 years. And that was the movie that killed Batman. The entire Dark Knight trilogy also avoided Robin. Like if you don't count that John Blake cop guy in Dark Knight Rises who it was revealed that his first name was Robin, which was dumb, and also the DCU just killed Robin off screen before the universe even started. I've seen a lot of people say that it's too early to introduce Robin, and to that I say, you are fucking stupid. I don't know why people think that Batman doesn't get a Robin till way later, because in the comics, Robin was introduced only 11 months after Batman was. Like, usually Robin is introduced in, Batman's second year. It is early to introduce, the entire Bat family, but Dick Grayson should be introduced since he's from early on in Batman's career, and he was even introduced before Alfred. Dick Grayson usually becomes Robin in Batman's second year, and so in the first movie, Batman was in his second year, so it would make complete sense for him to meet Dick Grayson in his next movie. People are also saying that this Batman is too young to have a Robin, even though Robert Pattinson will be 40 when the next movie comes out. Also, the first movie took a lot of inspiration from The Long Halloween, and that story has a sequel called Dark Victory, and in that story, it had Dick Grayson become Robin, so it would make a lot of sense for this movie to be based on Dark Victory, since that's the sequel to the book that the movie was partially inspired by. So it would also be a very great arc for Batman to go through in this next movie. In the first movie, he learns to go from being a symbol of vengeance to a symbol of hope. And in the sequel, he can learn to be a father to a young Dick Grayson. Picture this. Batman is in the circus because I don't know. Alfred made him go to keep up appearances. It doesn't matter what the reason is that he attends. It just matters that he's there. So he witnesses the Flying Jasons perform at Haley's Circus, but something goes wrong, and the father and mother die during their performance, leaving their son without any parents. So Bruce will see himself in the son Dick and will take him in as his own son. We could also find out that one of Penguin's guys, Tony Zuko, was involved in the death of the Flying Graysons, and that could be what gets Dick to become Robin and work with Batman. So yeah, that's my pitch. I don't even care what else happens in the movie. I just want to see Dick Grayson as Robin. Matt Reeves can go from there and have them fight. I don't know, maybe Clayface, Mad Hatter, Killer Croc, or some other Batman villain. Seen a lot of people say that Dick Grayson doesn't fit this movie universe because he's too silly for Matt Reeves's dark and gritty universe. This is it's just fucking stupid. Literally everything about Batman can be considered silly. Dick Grayson is a great character, and saying that he doesn't belong in a serious world is just completely wrong. They managed to make the Riddler and the Penguin serious and cool. They could definitely make Robin cool because he is cool. The Schumacher movies have brainwashed you guys into thinking Robin is lame. So I've also seen people say that They should use Jason instead of Dick because he would fit the universe better. That is also completely fucking retarded. Dick Grayson is such an important part to the Batman mythos, and to just completely skip him is ridiculous. And Jason does not work as a character if he's the first Robin. Jason as Robin revolves around how he's like the second Robin and how he has to like live up to Dick. His character would not make any sense if there's no Dick. Also, Jason as Robin really was insignificant. Literally, all he was good for was dying, and people really didn't like him. People just think he's cool from Red Hood, and that's the only reason people want Jason. They just want an Under the Red Hood adaptation. Let's be honest, if Jason never came back as Red Hood, no one would care about him. There's a reason as to why Jason as Robin has only lasted for 3 years in the comics, and he stayed dead for 20 years. Don't get me wrong. I think Jason as the Red Hood is cool, but he is no Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson can also go through his own arc throughout the rest of the Batman movies. He could be the second main character of the saga, and we could see him go from being Robin to Nightwing. Dick's evolution from Robin to Nightwing is amazing in the comics, and it would be great to see it on the big screen. Nightwing is one of my favorite DC characters of all time, and it's a crime we still have not gotten a good depiction of the character in a feature film. I know that we are getting a Batman movie in James Gunn's DCU called The Brave and the Bold, which will be a Batman and Robin movie, but with Damian Wayne as Robin. I am really excited to see what James Gunn is doing with his DCU, and I'm glad we will finally get to see the Bat family in live action. Also, Nightwing will definitely be in the movie and will definitely play a part in the DCU. Even though we are already getting a Batman and Robin movie, I need to see the classic dynamic duo of Bruce and Dick. We have not gotten a good movie that has Dick Grayson as Robin. I would love to see the origin of the Bat family, which would contrast from the DCU introducing a Bat family that has already existed. Anyways, I really hope that Matt Reeves decides to put Dick Grayson as Robin in the Batman Part 2 because he is an important part of the Batman mythos. And it could be very interesting for him to be a part of this Batman universe. I love Dick Grayson as a character, and I love the first Matt Reeves Batman movie. So it would be awesome to see Dick Grayson in the Batman Part 2. So, what do you think? Do you want Robin in the Batman Part 2? And would you want to see Dick Grayson as Robin? Let me know what you guys thought of the video in the comment section down below. So my name is Aaron, and thank you for watching.